Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and in fake online review news, that's actually a thing, they're banned. Now, they've kind of been banned before, so is it same as it ever was? Honestly, I don't think so. And honestly, I think this is going to take a dent out of the problem. And I literally just did like a video/podcast the other day on how the current administration gave us, the US population, a win when it comes to canceling our subscriptions. And as I mentioned in that segment, I don't care what the political stripe of a president is. It could be Republican or Democrat, but if they're making our lives easier in some way, I'm obviously a fan, and you should be too. So here's the latest news on the heels from that good news the other day. The FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, the other day voted unanimously to ban marketers from using fake reviews, such as those generated with AI technology and other misleading practices to promote their products and services. All 5 FTC commissioners voted to adopt the final rule. And for the record, because we have a Democrat president, there are 3 Democrats, 2 Republicans. It'd be reverse if a Republican president was basically in office, but you've got a bipartisan unanimous vote on this issue, which I absolutely love to see. Now, this will go into effect 60 days after it's published in the Federal Register. That's the government's official catalog of rules and notices where we can all go look these things up. So typically the rules are published within days of their adoption, meaning that we, the consumer, can expect to see the FTC's fake review ban go into effect starting mid-October. Now, along with prohibiting reviews written by non-humans, the FTC rule also forbids companies from paying for either positive or negative reviews to falsely boost or denigrate a product. It also forbids marketers from exaggerating their own influence by, for example, paying for bots to inflate their follower count. Now, violations of the rule could result in fines being issued for each violation, according to this rule. And what that means for an e-commerce site with hundreds of thousands of reviews, penalties for fake or manipulated reviews could quickly add up and basically be a possibly life-ending event depending on the size of the site. So here's the thing though, fake reviews are already illegal. And so some e-commerce companies have tried to push back on the deceptive marketing practices themselves. Amazon, for example, sued more than 10,000 Facebook group administrators in July of 2022 for allegedly brokering fake reviews. I did a segment on that a couple years ago. Amazon did not immediately respond, essentially, to requests for comment on the FTC's new rule either. And some of the biggest online review sites are supporting the rules. Already Yelp, which obviously is a huge one when it comes to restaurants and all that, have already signaled support for it. If you recall, Yelp had a huge problem with reviews where Yelpers, if you will, back in the day were walking into restaurants and saying, I'll give you a bad review if I don't get a table now, or this meal comped and all that. I mean, South Park even did an episode on it. Not that I've seen South Park in years, but the point is that this has been a problem, a rather systemic problem in online review sites for quite some time. So under this new rule, companies that might have policed themselves in the past are now subject to stricter government oversight. Now, rather than prosecuting individual cases through the Department of Justice, this rule will streamline and strengthen the FTC's ability to enforce the ban in-house. So overarchingly, I think this is one of those things where if the system is absolutely broken and it's being exploited left and right, then yeah, there needs to be a new framework for policing of it. And so quite frankly, I'm a fan of that. And so we're going to see what happens here. But quite frankly, this actually gives the government some teeth in terms of banning fake reviews that quite frankly harm our abilities to accurately shop, especially if you're reading a review, let's say that was written legitimately by a human, but the human was paid to say this is the greatest product in the world and you buy it and it's terrible. Like, these are the things that we're really talking about. So big fan. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but this is coming down the pipe, and in October we can start pointing these things out and they can start getting fined, and that really has the impetus on the Amazons and Yelps of the world to clean it up. So big fan. We'll see what happens. And that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.